There are several things to be considered when installing a PV in an existing building. First of all, we need to know if the building is grid connected or it is not grid connected. In case it is not grid connected, obviously we need to size the PV plant according to the electricity demand. Otherwise, there are other limits that must connect with our design, and those are, for example, the available surface either on the roof or in the facade, the electrical consumption of the building in case there is a net metering program, or even other economical issues like the available budget or the financial, for example. Being that the building is existing, most probably we need to use the roof for installing the PV panels. So we can distinguish at that point two possibilities, a flat roof and a sloping roof. In a flat roof there is no problem since we can choose either the orientation or the inclination for the solar panels. In the case of a sloping roof, we can take advantage of those roofs oriented south within a range plus minus 20, let's say, and an inclination of 15 plus minus 20, more or less. So in case the facade is available, we need to make sure that this facade is well oriented. It means to south within a range to plus minus 30 degrees. In any case, obviously we need to recheck that the structure of the building is able to deal with the new loads that provide mainly from the wind efforts that the solar panels are adding to the building. So some useful hints, for example, in any case, we try to keep the roof waterproof as much as possible. So it means, for example, that in flat roof we can use ballast or dead weights. For example, with regard to electrical equipment, it is useful to install the inverters and DC protection as close as possible to the PV generator in order to reduce the losses. The problem of the dust deserves a special mention, and it is responsible for a relevant percentage of losses. So trying to avoid this, for example, we can avoid put the solar panels in horizontal position and make it accessible at any time to make sure that the trained personnel is able to clean them twice or 3 times a year, for example. And finally, and not less important, and according to our architects' major concerns, try to do all these things keeping the aesthetics of the building as much as possible, as well as its functionality.